Hello, this is John Bauman. I have a sample question that you might get on the practice set or on the quiz. And here is one that asks about the equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity of gasoline if buyers' incomes increase. By the way, equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity just means that is the market price. In other words, the price that the business charges at the pump. In a free market where the government does not determine prices and quantities, and most of the prices and quantities here in the United States that are being set are actually free market prices. So free market price is simply just whatever the price is at the pump or in the store or whatever. So here we have buyers' incomes increases, and you see the four choices here of this multiple choice question. First one says price increases, quantity decreases. The second choice, price will decrease, quantity decreases as a result of that change. C says price change is indeterminate, and indeterminate means it's unknown, so you don't really know what's going to happen to the price. And the quantity increases. Choice D says price increases and quantity increases. When we say price and quantity, it just refers to the equilibrium with the market price. Alright, so let's take a look at this. Maybe you can pause the video and look at all the choices and see which choice you would make before I give the explanation. Alright, so here we will we'll start off with a demand curve here. So here's your demand curve. It's just a regular downward sloping demand curve, and then we'll start off with the supply curve. Upward sloping supply curve. So that's D1 and S1. It's just a typical starting point. It doesn't really matter how you graph them, as long as you graph the demand curve downward sloping, the supply curve upward sloping. And you can see that the intersection of these 2 points, which is going to be the equilibrium point, the intersection of these 2 curves, that's always the equilibrium or the market price in this case. Let's say it's $3, and the market quantity, let's say it's 70. And it doesn't matter what the amounts are, as long as you can pick anything, as long as you pick some kind of a starting point, because we're just going to look at the change. Alright, so buyers' incomes are going up, which means, and this is a normal, we can assume this is a normal good, gasoline is a normal good. So when people's incomes increase, they have more money, they can probably drive around more, and they'll buy more gasoline. So what that means is that the demand will increase, and the demand increase, we can graph that by shifting that demand curve to the right. So D1 becomes D2. And now if you look at where the new intersection is, so we're looking at D2 and S1. The supply curve has not changed because incomes is a demand determinant. You know, it's one of those 5 demand determinants that you will you can look that up in your text or on the Prezi slides. We have 5 factors that determine changes in demand. Buyers' incomes is one of them. So we have S1 and D2, if you can visualize the intersection, and there it is. So the new intersection is, as you can see, is higher than the old one. The old one is here. The new one, as you can see, is here. And we can draw a line to the price axis. Just make up some number. Let's say it's $4. In any case, it's higher than 3. And if you go to the quantity axis, you can see it's to the right of 70, so that's an increase. So let's make it 80. And so we can conclude, therefore, that the equilibrium price has increased from $3 to $4 in this case, and the equilibrium quantity has increased as well from 70 to 80. So the correct answer is choice D, price increases and quantity increases.